City Council will now come to order. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Golick, roll call.
Markovich. Here. Spitali.
Here.
Venez.
Here.
Galwinski.
Here.
Ulaki.
Here.
Higgs.
Here.
Emerson.
Here.
Henosa.
Here.
Opinker.
Here. Moving on to reading of minutes.
Mr. President,
Councilman Spitali.
motion to accept the minutes from February 10, 2014.
Second. There's a motion on the floor to accept the minutes. Motion by Councilman Spitali, second by Councilman Emerson. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Minutes pass. Approval of claims.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
move for approval of claims February 5th through February 19, 2014 for council meeting February 24th, beginning with claims number dated 2/11/14 and ending with claims dated 2/19/14. Claim number 1068 through claim number 1326 for a total of $11,492,192.90. I so move.
Second.
There's a motion by Councilman Markovich, second by Councilman Spitali to accept the claims. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
I have two additions. Claim number 1327, Creative Audio, $17,950, sound production for Common. Claim number 1328, Ashme Bellevue, $500, opening act for Common. I so move.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Markovich, second by Councilman Spitali to amend the claims. Is there any discussion? Any discussion on the amendment of the claims? Clerk Golick, roll call vote.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes.
Galwinski.
Yes.
Ulaki.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Henosa.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes. Amended claims passed 9-0. Now the claims as written. Clerk Golick, roll call vote.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes.
Galwinski.
Yes.
Ulaki.
Yes.
Higgs. Emerson.
Yes.
Henosa.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes. Claims passed 9-0. Moving on, the public hearing will now open for the appropriate monies into the 2014 Gaming Fund, sponsored by Councilman Mark Kowinski. That's ordinance 1403. Anybody wishing to speak, feel free to come up to the podium. The public hearing is now open. Public hearing is now open. Anybody wishing to speak? Anybody wishing to speak? Public hearing is now closed. Moving on, communications.
Mr. President,
Councilman Higgs.
just wanted to send my condolences to the Hayes family, Dr. Charles G. Hayes, who was a legendary gospel singer and performer throughout Europe and the United States, originated out of Chicago, passed away, and they funeralized him on Saturday. So I would like to send my condolences to that family. It's really going to change the way gospel music is going to be explored and exercised in Chicago in the future, because he was a legend. Also, I want to send my condolences to Marshall Law's family, who passed away on last week and was funeralized on Monday at Abraham Lincoln's cemetery with full honors, and condolences to the Law's family as well.
Any other communications?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
we all received a notice from the Port Authority dated February 13th. It says the date is Thursday, March 11, 2014 for their meeting. It's an error. It's Tuesday, March 11, 2014. So just for information purposes.
Any other communications?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vines.
the Hammond FOP and the FOP Auxiliary and the Hammond firefighters are sponsoring a benefit for the young children who survived the horrific fire on Sibley back in January. This benefit will be this coming Wednesday, February 26th at the FOP. It's a spaghetti dinner to raise money for the surviving children. Councilman O'Pinker said in caucus that a trust has been set up for the children. Tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for children 2 to 10, and $5 for seniors. There will be three dinner sessions from 4 to 6, 6 to 8, and 8 to 10. Again, that is at the Hammond FOP this Wednesday, beginning at 4 o'clock. So you can go for dinner either before Mayor's Night Out or after. Thank you.
Any other communications? Communications is now closed. Moving on, committee reports.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
Council as a whole will bring out 14-03.
Any other committee reports? Committee reports is now closed. Moving on, ordinance, third and final reading.
Ordinance number 14-03, sponsored by Councilman Kalwinski. An ordinance to appropriate monies into the 2014 Gaming Fund.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
move for final passage of 14-03.
Second.
It's a motion by Councilman Kowinski for final passage of 14-03, second by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
this ordinance is necessary because any gaming dollars remaining in the districts or the mayor's gaming dollars that aren't spent in 2013 have to be moved forward and reappropriated for 2014, and that's what this ordinance does.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman
would
Markovich.
you please have the clerk announce the amounts for each district?
Clerk Golick.
And
all the money that's being reappropriated.
District 1, $224,531.63. Second District, $906,282.86. Third District, $345,863.65. Fourth District, $1,002,340, no cents. Sixth District, $59,980.26. Mayor's balance, $1,815,963.25.
Any other discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call vote.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Ulaki.
Yes.
Higgs. Emerson.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
O'Pinker.
Yes. Ordinance 1403 passes 9-0.
President O'Pinker, that concludes the ordinances for final passage.
Thank you, Clerk Golick. There are no new ordinances, there are no introduction of ordinances. Moving on to resolutions.
Item A, Resolution 14R07, sponsored by Councilman Higgs. A resolution opposing elimination of business personal property tax.
Mr. President,
Councilman Higgs.
move for final passage of 14R07. I so move.
Second.
It's a motion by Councilman Higgs, second by Councilman Hinojosa for final passage of 14R07. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Higgs.
we have the clerk read that in its entirety.
Whereas the Indiana General Assembly is considering eliminating the business personal property tax, which provides a great deal of the funds which local governments and local school districts need to operate, and whereas cutting services such as public safety and education would be disastrous, and replacing that tax with increases in such taxes as personal income taxes or property taxes would impose severe hardships on persons unable to pay such taxes. Therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Hammond that the City of Hammond opposes and present proposals to eliminate personal property taxes in the state of Indiana, business personal taxes in the state of Indiana.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
I believe there's a typo error on the second sentence where it says deal of fines. It should be funds and not fines.
Should be funds, F-U-N-D-S, instead of fines.
Any other discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call vote on 14R07.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Ulaki.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Hinosa.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes. Resolution 14-0-7 passes 9-0.
President Opinker, that concludes the resolutions.
All right, moving on to new and unfinished business. Any new and unfinished business?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vines.
yes, I'd like to advise the public of some upcoming Crime Watch meetings and community meetings for those who wish to do good in their community. Tomorrow night, the Pulaski Park Neighborhood Association meets. That's at 6:30 at the Legion on Goslin. Wednesday, February 26th, Jefferson Crime Watch meets at Jefferson School. That's at 6:30. And Wednesday, March 5th, Edison Community Watch will meet at Edison School at 6:30. Thursday, March 6th, Edison Community Watch on the road meets at the Golden Manor Senior Building on 175th and Columbia. That is at 6 p.m. And on Friday, March 7th, Irving Community Watch meets at Irving School. That's at 9:15 in the morning. And that is how change happens. One gesture, one person, one moment at a time. Thank you.
Any other new and unfinished business? New and unfinished business is now closed. Moving on to public expression, we have one speaker this evening. Mr. Zolno.
Good evening, everyone. I just have one quick question. I'm a little confused, and I know you don't have to answer anything, but I'm just kind of surprised to see $5 million in gaming money from the previous year being carried across into the next year. In our district, it was approximately $1.2 million. I find it surprising that at the city council meetings, when we sit down and talk, and people ask for things, possibly more overtime for police and things of that nature, the discussion comes up that we don't have the money, yet we're taking $5 million from the previous year and carrying it into the next year, which is just confusing to me. So that's my question. I don't know if Mr. Emerson can explain to us what's happening with our district. I'm sure if everybody else knew, which they should, but I don't know how it would get back to them that much money is being carried across. Like I said, I find it very confusing.
Mr. President,
Councilman Higgs.
I make a motion, we go back to regular order of business.
Second?
Motion by Councilman Higgs, second by Councilman Markovich, go back to regular business. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. President,
Councilman Higgs.
just to answer your question, sir, I'm not for sure exactly where you live at and what particular district you live in. 4th District?
Yes.
Okay, but you can
171st.
remain seated. I'm just going to give you some answers to some of your questions. For one, there's money being carried over, and it's designated for certain things. We can't just spend money on everything, okay? If, for some reason, that a situation comes up and the mayor approaches us and there's a dire need, then possibly we could allocate those funds. But normally, in most cases, and I would think that that is happening throughout every district, I know in the 3rd District, the money is utilized for lighting, sidewalks, curbs, infrastructure, okay? Park improvements throughout, your district or whatnot. And so, and there is a fund, extra fund that the mayor has that's designated that he can use a 10% share that he can utilize to assist with projects throughout the city. So if that answers your question, I'm just trying to give you some clarity as to what. Now, if there's something in particular you want done, or a street or something, then I would suggest you can contact your 4th District councilman and address that. But sidewalks, if you see sidewalks that are in deplorable condition in your district, I'm sure if you bring that to his attention, he'll address it, I would hope. Okay?
Mr. President,
Councilman Emerson.
yeah, I can address your question directly. That money is technically not even there. It's all been spent, the remainder on ornamental lighting. There is over 15 blocks. I don't have my list with me, but I'll be happy to share with you the 2013 projects that money is. It's there because it got colder. They did some of the engineering on the blocks that I want ornamental lighting. They haven't finished all of that, but they're going to complete that, and then, of course, the digging, the installation, and everything else. There's a lot that I've asked for, and they just couldn't get to it in the calendar year, in that budget year.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Councilman Higgs.
and just to enlighten you, I mean, me and Councilman Emerson together jointly did a project on 165th. He explored the lighting on 165th, and he approached me about us splitting the cost on 165th from State Line to Calumet Avenue. I guess the lights were not as bright as they should be, and so that was one of the projects that we jointly ventured on.
Thank you.
Any other new and unfinished business? New and unfinished business is now closed. We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Councilman Hinojosa, second by
Second.
Councilwoman Venez.